Good morning, this is David Perlow with GoForEmuna. We're still standing, thank God, after a wonderful Purim day yesterday. Had a great time with some family on my wife's side, and wanted to just share with you right now. I just finished davening at the sunrise minyan. Every day, we have to pray in the morning. We have to put on our tefillin, and we go out to the synagogue, and basically you can start praying from the sun up as soon as the sun starts to shine until about 9 o'clock, 9:30. That's like the required time for the morning prayers. Anyways, I'm very happy that I got to do the first minyan. It's a great thing to wake up so early and start the day on the right foot. And wanted to share, like, the biggest insight that I got from Purim was from my wife, who she heard a very nice insight into the holiday of Purim, and it's basically comes from this Rebbetzin. Her name is Rabbanit Sivan Meir, I believe. And my wife shared with me, what's the big deal with Haman, this wicked guy who wanted to destroy all the Jewish people? What was his whole thing? He had fame, he had money, he had a good relation with his wife. He had lots of children. He had everything. He was in a huge position of power, and what ticked him off so much was the fact that Mordechai was a well-known Jew, and he was very highly respected, and Haman, he made us a decree that's kind of weird in our day, but in those times that's like how it was. But he made this decree that everyone who saw him, everyone who was in his presence, they needed to bow down to him, like to treat him as a god. And when Mordechai didn't do that, it shook him to the core, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter anymore if that Haman had all of his wealth and his kavod, his honor, and a good relationship with his wife and many children. All of this didn't matter, and the Megillah relates to this, that it all seems like nothing. It all seems like nothing because of the mere fact that Mordechai isn't this one person, this one Jew, seemingly insignificant Jew, isn't going in complying with what Haman wants, and everything else is just zero. And that's what this Rabbanito is trying to say, is that each and every one of us, we all have this little bit of Haman inside of our hearts. If you have a certain amount of money in your bank account, you want a little bit more, and everything that you have, it doesn't seem like as such a blessing as really it should be. Or if your kids are a certain way, you want them to be a certain little bit extra way, to be like your neighbor's kids, or it's all this like comparison, and thinking that what we have isn't good enough, and that this one list, if we just need that extra thing that we're lacking. And this is like sucking all of our lives. It's sucking out the life that we have so many good things, and we have to. This is like the whole idea of Purim, is to just let go and try to internalize how good that we have it, and to get the inspiration to work for what we want, but as we work for it, not to be so down, not to be so depressed or hung up or constantly thinking about those things that we don't have yet, and instead to really think about the great things that we're already blessed with. Guys, take that with you. This is the chizuk, the strengthening of Purim. All my blessing, God, for you guys to find that little place that's that little Haman in all of us, myself included, B'ezrat Hashem, this year, get rid of it and start living our lives from heart-centered, from the place of a good place in our heart. This is David Perlow with GoForEmuna. Enjoy yourselves and happy Purim.